Hello and welcome back. So this video is going to be about the 10 best releases of the year so far that I didn't buy. I think these releases are absolutely fantastic. I was very excited to see them, and the only reason I didn't buy them is because of money. I can't buy everything, so I am still considering maybe purchasing one or two of these down the road, but right now I can't, so we shall see. But I think they're great, so I thought I would share. And I think it's nice to sometimes admire things from afar and not have to buy everything, but appreciate it for what it is. First up is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette. This is $45. The packaging is so pretty and the colors are amazing. The reds and the purples. This palette is still tempting me and I may purchase it down the road. I actually have some Ulta points saved up, so this is one I'm considering. I think it is so beautiful and Jackie did a really nice job creating it. I kind of felt bad for her that, I'm sure the palette is still selling quite well, but I felt bad that they released those 3 Norvina palettes like right after her launch. It seemed like a bit much, I thought, but this color story is amazing, and I know I like the formula, so I may still get it at some point, but yeah, it's gorgeous. Number 2 are those 9-pan $12 palettes from Colourpop that have been monochromatic. My personal favorite is probably the Honey palette. I think they're so pretty, and I love that they are releasing these monochromatic palettes. They're at a great price point. I mean, I think we all know that Colourpop probably releases way too much, but I think these were really good. They're still tempting me, but I don't need an all yellow palette when I have tons of other yellow shadows in other palettes. So that's really the only reason that I haven't purchased these. I actually did dupes videos for I think 3 of them. So yeah, I mean, if I were to buy them all, the money would add up real quick, but they are nice. Next up is another eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna talk about mostly eyeshadow palettes, but I'm talking about other stuff later in the video, I swear. But the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette. This one is $36. This is not even in stock right now, but I think they do plan on restocking it. I saw people on Instagram swatching this and it's so pretty. The color story is really up my alley because I love pink eyeshadow, but then there's also green in it. This is well done and it's very curated. It's not, you know, a palette with a million colors. This is a really well done palette and I think $36 is not bad anyway, but yeah, this is not even in stock, but it's beautiful. Next up is the Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette. This is $25 and I was so tempted to get this. I'm currently wearing the Metropolis palette on my eyes and I love that one. I think there are some similarities, so after spending $129 on the Metropolis palette, I really could not justify getting another palette from her, even though this one's only $25, but yeah, maybe down the road I'll still get it, but I think it is beautiful with these green type colors, and her original gold palette is one that I had really wanted. So, although the shades are not the same as in that palette, they're just similar. So, I'm not sure if I will get this, but I have seen really good reviews of it. Okay, let's take a little break from palettes. The Fenty Hydrating Foundation. I am really happy to see that people released some different foundations. We've been in like the full matte, full coverage phase for quite a while, so it's nice to see a hydrating foundation on the market. This has really good reviews too. But this one I didn't buy because I have combination skin, so I'm not sure it would look great on me. I've got large pores and lines on my forehead, and I've definitely heard some people say that it can be too much, especially if you have those problems. So I don't know that I will get this actually, but I was just happy to see some different type of foundations being released. And then that leads me to the next one, which is the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. To me, Luminous and hydrating mean a little bit different things. I would imagine that the Fenty is like hydrating, adding moisture to your skin, whereas the Anastasia makes you look more dewy, but I'm not totally sure because again, I haven't tried them, but I'm just happy that the foundation game was changed up a little bit. This next one may surprise some people because I've said this is something I would never use, but that is the Soul Body Shimmer Body Oil, whatever it's called. And the reason I found this exciting was so many higher end brands release these similar body glow products Fenty, Huda, Sol de Janeiro, and those were all really expensive. And for something that's like a body shimmer, paying that much money to me didn't really make sense. I still don't think I would use this, so I'm not purchasing it, but I will say I went on a beach vacation a few weeks ago, and the whole time I was like, man, I wish I had that Sol body shimmer to wear to the beach. That's probably the only time I would ever use a product like that, would be on a beach vacation, which I do maybe take once a year, but also I only took a carry-on, so then I was like, well, these bottles are huge, so I would have had to like decant this into something. But if Sol Body releases like a smaller travel size product in this type of thing, I would buy it, because honestly, the whole time I was at the beach, I was dreaming of the Sol Body body oil. Okay, we're going back to palettes, and I'm gonna talk about Colourpop again. Actually, the Sweet Talk palette. This one is $18, and this color story really tempted me. It is pinks and corals, but it did have some glitters in it. So again, that I don't like pressed glitters, but the reviews on this palette are fantastic, and the color story is definitely up my alley. So again, I was super tempted by this. I don't think I'll get it, but I thought it was a really nice release. Next up is the Milani Concealer. I really still want to try this. I haven't gotten around to it, mostly because I haven't seen it in stores yet anywhere in my area, and I want to pick out a color properly. I'm worried if I order online, I'll get the wrong color, but this is something I for sure want to try at some point. The reviews on this are fantastic, and people are saying that this is a dupe for the Born This Way concealer by Too Faced. So it's not supposed to be as full coverage. I did try the new concealer by e.l.f. and I really like it. That one is very full coverage though, so it's more on the lines of Shape Tape. The Milani is supposed to be more natural, so, and I do really like the Milani Conceal and Define Foundation, which I do want to repurchase that actually at some point as well. So it would be nice if I could find this in store and purchase it, but if not, I'll probably eventually order it. Last up is another palette, and I was extremely tempted to purchase this. It is the Persona Identity 2 palette. This color story really speaks to me. I really enjoy pink eyeshadows, but there's also some neutrals, but then there's some purple and green and gold. This is really nice, and it's a smaller palette, which I like. It's not ginormous. I think it's really well curated. I've seen people do amazing looks with it. I finally tried Persona with one of their lip glosses, and I really, really like it. So I want to try more from the brand. I don't know that I will get this palette because I looked through my collection and I was able to pretty easily dupe all of the colors. So I probably don't need it, but I think it is beautiful. Alrighty, so that is it for this video. Let me know what you think, if there are some releases that you've been admiring from afar as well. I think that's okay to do. Honestly, we can't buy everything, you know, I got bills to pay. But yeah, so that is it for this video, and thank you for watching.